On December 26, Chengdu Aircraft Corporation stunned global defense community testing a tiny 6th-gen fighter with unprecedented triple in-house setup. This A-second 6th-gen fighter prototype followed being flight tested by another Chinese fighter jet giant, Shenyang Aircraft Corporation. We've covered characteristics and potential fighter capabilities in previous visually observed, logical videos, rumors, and insider info. But in modern warfare, especially in a person in naval and aerial warfare, asset belongs to a network, system of systems component. So, to discuss how Chengdu's J-36 and Shenyang's J-50 will be used alongside other assets. In this video, we'll do that. We'll focus on China's 6th-gen air combat with fighters, how it sits with other PLA Air Force aircraft from user's perspective. Then, we will discuss the Chinese 6th-gen fighter operations concept. We have a target to reach 50 subscribers on this channel. Help us to reach this goal as soon as possible. Let me start with some material from the Substack of TP Huang, which I found intriguing and partially aligned with other PLA watchers' opinions. While analysis of Chengdu's J-36 by Huang basically apply to Shenyang's J-50, Huang sees the J-36 as a hub, controlling several unmanned combat aircraft, or UCAVs, which will fight most, against an enemy air fleet compared to triple UCAVs against manned fighters. The military can afford to lose them in significant numbers, so put them at risk. This thinking is consistent with other reliable sources I follow. Making use of its massive power generation, the J-36 will organize the massive total data collected by UCAVs its control and use these data to put a cohesive battlefield picture of situation. These data must be used to find where enemy planes are. All this requires a lot. Data transfer between UCAV and J-36. J-36 computations are extensive. The onboard AI will use this data to run some powerful AI models to determine what strategies work best against enemy and defend against it, even in electronic warfare. Huang addressed social claims in China, media around J-36 combat radius, an effective combat radius around 4,000 km. Current control rating of China. If true, it means easy missions around Guam and launch long-range missiles hit Alaska after taking off from China. At this level, operational range and fuel capacity is feasible. Firstly, the large J-36 can carry a lot. Fuel quantity. It should fly high, reducing drag and fuel consumption compared to lower-altitude aircraft. The U.S. Air Force NGAD 6th-gen fighter designed to require more than double the F-22's combat radius, 5th-generation fighter. In China, if we follow the same requirements for the 6th-gen J-36 to double 2,000-kilometer J-20 combat radius, then you would reach a combat radius, around 4,000 km for J-36. This will enable 6th-gen fighter operations beyond the second island chain, coordinating attacks against targets across Japan, Guam, southern Philippines. It would hunt long-range bombers and launch weapons at carriers before reaching anywhere near China. So that's TP Huang. Ink to his described Substack. Turning now to by another PLA-watching veteran, named author Rick Zhou has written several excellent books, current affairs magazine articles, diplomat on Chinese naval and air forces. Today I'm discussing one of his working hypotheses, the role of the J-36, posted elsewhere. Rick illustrates his viewpoint in this diagram on J-36 operations concept in flight combat. The plane sits here, in the PLA Air Force System of Systems Air Combat. This is my opinion, not unlike Rick. I think you can apply also for the Shenyang J-50. He essentially envisions the next-generation warplane, the intermediary layer position between front and back of entire PLA Air Force operational theater. Contact is at the formation's front. Fine, unmanned and inexpensive, since UCAVs are more disposable, put at risk. Their job is to reveal the opponent, such as by drawing fire or misaligning them. Behind this touch, the tactical front is composed of expensive manned fighter jets, which in his view diagrams show the 5th-generation J-35A and J-20, and luxury UCAVs, which China's loyal presenting Wingman and GJ-11 Sharp Sword as examples. 5th-generation fighters will be controlling and coordinating luxury UCAVs. Behind the tactical front is the intermediary J-36, occupies this position, and in my J-50 opinion, a 6th-gen plane can survive, bridge between the fighting front and UCAVs and theater interior. The J-36 networked with all frontline assets, analyzes all collected data by these assets into a whole, use that information for the full formation. However, J-36 can also fight alone if needed. It defends and carries well, independently engaging its sensor also weapons. Use its stealth ability to survive and maintain its self-functional node in a system of systems. SHAPHCA. Status of behind the intermediary is the force multiplier-based rear echelon airborne early warning and control asset and aerial refueling tankers. They detect, track, command, control, and refueling in the tanker case.